In everything that has happened in the past month, children have died. Mostly female children. And the oddity is that it is adult men deliberately murdering female children. In Afghanistan, in China, in other countries such as Yemen, Uzbekistan, and throughout the Middle East and the Far East. Female to male children murders are up to 17-1 on ratios. Throughout the world, children are being murdered or being harvested by evil. So it has been a long, difficult month. And before that, a difficult year. A difficult biennium, 2 years. And before that, a difficult decade. Or could actually say a difficult 2.5 decades. Including that in the difficult century. Many things this month challenged our trust or faith in our government, and it showed the evil, empirical behaviour with the use of falsehood and lies by our so-called leader for the whole world to again witness. But most just looked away. It is not difficult for those who are evil and the psychopaths to find and court the weak to do their will. For these people have been outcast for so long that they will do anything to belong to someone, to finally to be a member of a group, to matter to someone. The outcasts will even commit murder to become a member, to belong to someone, to be a part of a group. But once they've done the evil for the group, they find that they were only a convenience, not a potential friend, and never, ever a group member. That is how gangs reel in the parentless children. We are your family now. Your parents don't want you. Your parents don't love you anymore. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be able to talk to us. That's also how pedophiles groom their victims. If your parents loved you so much, why wouldn't they make it possible for you to play baseball? You love baseball so much. Why aren't you playing? You love gymnastics so much. Why aren't you on the team? If you love swimming so much, why aren't your parents ever at a meet? Can you hear that child being broken down? Can you hear the bond with the parent? Tick, 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 piece pulled out, piece pulled out, piece pulled out. And the child molesters and the gang. I love you more than anyone else ever will. Here, I'll prove it to you. And maybe they pay the fees for a season of sports. Or maybe they buy tickets to a gymnastic group coming into the season, coming into that area, or something like that. Oh, Mom, it's a whole bunch of us going. Lie. Broken bond. Look at our false, synthetic, insensitive, self-obsessed society that is throwing away half the children while the other half are so entitled they think you should chew their food for them and then thank them for the opportunity. Evil takes advantage of those you neglect. And evil doesn't have to work very hard, does it? There are hundreds of thousands of throwaway children in every school in the United States with over 1,000 students. They have no parental involvement. If the child has an interest in activities after school, but no funds, they might as well put on this sign for that sport, for that activity, for that thing. Barrier to entry. We don't want poor children here. And if they bus, it means it isn't even an option for them. Stamp on the forehead of that child, ready for harvest. We can save those children. We can do nothing but prayer for the starving, trapped, tortured babies, toddlers, and children overseas, where there are over 1 million orphans in Syria alone. Not in orphanages, not someplace where someone like Maria von Trapp is overseeing them. They're not singing and dancing and going up the stairs, do, a dear, a female. No. They've got 100 babies being cared for by 2 people. And Westerners, when they go there to adopt 4 years later, they wonder why all of these babies just stare. That's because in the West, babies are always being inundated with stimuli. When you have 100 infants to 2 providers, getting them fed and getting their diapers changed is all they can do. There is no cuddling. There's no entertainment. There is no nothing to stimulate their brains to develop. By the age of 6 months, they're 4.5 months behind the children who have 1 hour a day with another human being. At 1 year, they are 9.5 months behind children who spend 1 hour a day. They are 11 months behind a child from the West. At 2 years, they are virtually brain dead developmentally. By 4 years, they're irreversibly brain damaged, because the brain has been so unstimulated that it is 40 to 70% atrophied, smaller than the brain of a same age child in the West. Even if they just had a TV on playing Barney endlessly, or Sesame Street endlessly, even though it's in English, they would learn English, and their brains would double in size. In Yemen, over 1,000 children die each week, and there are an estimated 3.5 million orphans. And the orphans are taking care of the orphans. No one else is. Down on the southern border of the United States, there are literally thousands of orphans on that border that haven't been allowed to cross in, because it'll be one 17-year-old orphan with 10 to 12 littler younger children. But because they don't have matching DNA, the very stupid authorities won't let them in. So he puts them back out so that the drug cartels can prey off them. So they can be part of their shooting gallery. Or they can take shots at them to see who can get more of them with one bullet. And no, you wouldn't have wanted to live my life. For I've been in these settings. You can save those children in your city, in your school district, in your school. Set up a fund, even if it's creating a GoFundMe page, so that no child in your school or in your school district is ever again excluded from an activity for want of a bloody damn fee. Set up another fund to pay off all lunch debts, so there is never again lunch shaming of a child in such a rich country with the greatest number of children with malnutrition and mothers dying postpartum than anywhere else in the entire world. More women die in the United States in the first 30 days after they give birth to a child than anywhere else in the world. 40% of the children between the 4th grade and the 9th grade suffer malnutrition in the United States. And when their parents can't afford their lunches, even though they're in a school district with the greatest free lunch program, they are shamed for their parent working 2 jobs and publicly set aside for their parent being poor. Set up lists of children in all areas who can ride together, either carpool after practices, games, or who can ride the bus together. So no child is ever alone. No child is walking alone. And so that the children can participate in after-school activities that will improve their connection to their community, that will connect them to part of a family, the swimming team, the volleyball team, the track team, the football team, the baseball team, or the choir, the theater group, the chess club, the math club, whatever it is, where they can be connected and nobody can come say to them, whispering in their ear, I'll love you like no one else ever will. You know, if your parents loved you, you wouldn't be alone. You wouldn't feel so sad. Here, let me show you how much I love you. Doesn't it make your skin crawl when I say that? Good. Do not give evil any more harvests. Stop them now. Put your faith to work. Let you be acting as shepherd for the Lord with his wee little lambs. Every child is God's child, so every child is your child. A prayer for our children. May the Lord protect them all, young and old, big and small. May he protect them all from dangers in both day and night, real and horrible, or just imaginary, giving a fright. He will heal all harms of childhood, buried deep down or right on top. Seeing them may be scary, but he'll hold all safe through the time to stop. Allow him to heal your pain. He'll give safe earthly guides to ensure love and full healing, and all will feel the Lord is ever at their side. May the Lord help those without family, lost to war, to gangs, or famine. All alone, they cry in fear and pain. May we be the ones to comfort them, to hold them, feed them, and love them again. In his stead, as his angels on earth, may we love them for every second they're here on earth. We ask this in the name of the Son, Jesus Christ, in whom no thing is impossible. Amen.